So this is the second in our series. We talked about corn gluten. We are with Sheldon, who is the owner and creator of Dirt and Grow. And he's got a really fantastic product here called Dog Spot Prevent. And I thought, while he's here from Manitoba, we would learn a little thing. So what is Dog Spot Prevent? How does it work? And why do people need it?
Well, treat it as if it's the only fertilizer that you need to use for your lawn. So you broadcast it 3 times per year. No more dog urine spots after the second application ever again. So it prevents them from happening, and it will also correct your current yellow that you have without having to use seed and mulch to correct those patches. Now, if you wanted those patches to grow quickly inside of a week, definitely put some mulch down and some seed and some soil, and you'll have a new growth very quickly. But within about 6 weeks, Dog Spot will take that yellow hole that is burnt out on your lawn and slowly regrow the grass again. And you can send your dog out 24 hours after you've watered this product in, and he'll be out there licking the grass, because this product is basically made from 95% dog food ingredients. All the good stuff. And then you're adding organic matter to your soil. You're adding clay buster technology to your soil, which is in this bag, to soften up your soil. So when you go out on your lawn with your bare feet, it actually will be cushiony soft. We don't often get a lot of soft lawns, especially on the new houses that are being built, where they dig out the basement and they use that to slope around the house. There's not a lot of organic matter or soft soil that's left there. So basically it does 3 things. Number 1, when a dog urinates, it's either high pH or low pH, and our grass can't tolerate it. So, and it pools in the top 2 inches where most of the grass roots are. So what I needed to do is get that dog urine to go from 0 down to 12 inches as soon as possible. So I needed to open up the porosity of the soil. That's where the clay buster technology that goes into this bag comes in. Secondly, I had to correct those yellow spots as quickly as possible. So how do I do that? Well, grass mainly contains Kentucky blue and 2 creeping fescues, which go sideways, pop up, sideways, pop up. So in order to cover that hole back into grass again, that process needs to happen ASAP. So what we've added to all of our granulars, including this one, is Rage Plus, which I'll go on and talk about later, but increases cell development 100 times faster, so that creeping grass will creep in real fast and cover in that hole, and you'll have grass as fast as possible. The third thing is the pH variation from the dog urine, whether it's male, female, depending what you're feeding it, high pH or low. We need to buffer that drastic change in pH that your grass doesn't like. So there's a pH buffer in this physical product, which will neutralize that big jump in pH to prevent that. First, the green zit is what you see. We would love our lawn to all be that dark green. But unfortunately, after it's dark green, about a week later, it's a little less green, and then it's a little bit yellow, and then it's completely burnt out. So this will stop all that from happening. Just broadcast it 3 times per year, and that's it.
Sheldon, it sounds very, very scientific, and it must have been a lot of trial and error putting products together like these.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I got a pup in February. Well, my family got a pup. And then I inherited it as well for the next 9 years after that. So my neighbor and I, this was before I started Dirt and Grow, and we have the grass off every spring. I work for a competing agriculture company, he worked for the other one, and we put non-organic fertilizer, and we'd meet in the middle of the street and we'd admire our grass. And then I got a pup. She was in the backyard in February, started her off by this tree. She went there all winter long. And then I had no lawn in the spring when the snow disappeared. And I'm like, oh my God. So I went to every garden center imaginable, and they all told me the same thing. Yep, you put this mulch, and here's some grass seed, and here's a little bit of fertilizer, and that'll be $100. And I'm like, hang on a second. I just want this to never happen again. I don't want to have to fix it. Oh, well, we don't have anything like that. And I'm like, what? No, you don't understand. I have this grass off, and this can't happen, ever. Well, no, here's some grass seed, here's some mulch. I was always fixing the yellow. So it took me about 4 years after having our first family dog, my dog, with little flags, trying everything out. My 4 years of getting a soil science degree didn't work. So, you know what? I'm going to do the exact opposite of my 4-year degree. and a couple of the test trial strips in the backyard worked. And my wife said, you cannot put those strips in our backyard by our deck and our fireplace because it's ugly. You can't do that. I said, I'll keep it over there, hon. Honest, I think I've almost got it. I'm in my 4th year. Yep, it worked. Then I had to go find people's yards that had massive devastation. I couldn't just put it on my own because that would be biased. So looking over top of fences, no, but if they had a fence I could see, I would leave information, and I got them to try it. And lo and behold, after 6 weeks, yellow spots are gone, recouped new grass. Best results 4 weeks, but after the second application, works great, and it's safe.
That's amazing. So did your neighbor have to buy you beer? Like what was the bet?
Well, we would always meet in the middle of the street and have beers. So he would bring, I would bring the next week, or however, midsummer. Unfortunately, he had more time to look after his lawn, and I had 2 young kids, and his kids were older. So he would bring the beer most of the time.
That's fantastic. Do you want to give him a shout out?
Yep. Thanks, George.